In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the oil pressure sensor, or sending unit, or switch, however you want to call it. On this Ford F-450, we are working with a 6.4 liter Power Stroke diesel. Let's get started. To get to the oil pressure sensor, we have to remove this intake duct. Take an 8mm socket, loosen up 2 hose clamps. One that's right here by the air filter housing, and one that's further down right on the turbo. And now, this should pop off of the oil filler, and if you wiggle this off, you should be able to remove it off of this housing, slide it up, and there we go, slide it off the turbo, set that aside. Now you can see it right down there. Let's unplug it first. Just a 1-wire connector. Press on the tab, set it to the side, and then you'll need a 27mm socket to slide over it. Once you get it seated, break it free. Shouldn't be too tight, and remove it. Make sure there isn't a lot of debris around it so that it doesn't fall into the hole where it threads in. There it is. Take it out of your socket. Make sure this O-ring on the end of the threads comes out with it. If it's not on the sensor itself, that means it's stuck down there. You do need to remove that because the new one comes with one. It's always important to replace that. And there it is. Now take your new one, thread it on. Make sure you don't get any debris on the end of it. And you can bottom it out by hand, just like that. And it does have that rubber O-ring on it, so when you tighten it, you don't want to crush it down. I'm just going to tighten it by hand until I can't spin it anymore. And then I'm just going to give it about 1/8 of a turn at most. That's it right there. I just want to snug it. Let the O-ring do the job of sealing. Don't force it down in there, because if you force it, you'll crush it, break it, and then it won't seal, actually. So now put the wire back on. Make sure that clicks, and let's get the intake tube back in. Now get this back in. I'm going to line it up with the turbo side first. Try to press it on there, and then this has to kind of squish and get down here. You can lift up on the air filter housing a little bit to help you out. It is a tight fit though. Okay, now it's seated on the turbo. I can see that. Put this hose in on the oil filler, but I want to make sure that this is seated all the way around right here on the air filter housing, which it isn't right now. At the bottom, it's still popped off, and there we go. That just slid on. Make sure it's even all the way around and bottomed out up against this lip. And now we'll snug both clamps back up. Okay, don't over tighten these. If you do, you'll strip them and you need to replace it. As long as you can't spin these around and move it, you're good to go. Now turn on the truck and make sure the oil pressure reads properly.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.